Obviously, there's only one place we can start. That's with Scotty Parker and Bournemouth. I was in the gym this morning when you text me. You just said Parker's gone.
Yeah.
And I looked at my phone. I went, "Oh," and my trainer went, "What's that?" And I went, "Scotty Parker's gone." And he went, "No." Yeah. And I was surprised as him. Now,
yeah, but I think
he's not gone for, I'm guessing, for results.
No, he's not.
He's obviously gone because he's had a scream up with the board about not being backed.
And that's the thing. I mean, in the Premier League, it's so difficult, isn't it? And you look at what they spend, net 24.2 net spend, which is nothing really. When you look at some of the players that have been banded around for an awful lot of money, I can understand maybe his frustration, but maybe his emotions got the better of him. And I think when you start questioning the board, I can understand why they sacked him. But from me knowing Scotty Parker, I can understand his frustrations. You're getting into the biggest, best league in the world. His Premier League record isn't great. When you talk about 52 matches, he's only won 9 games. And when you look at
just say that again, because that stat is quite damning, isn't
it? So he's had 52 matches in charge of Fulham and Bournemouth.
In the Premier League?
In the Premier League, and he's only won 9.
He's only won 9 Premier League games?
In 52. And I guess one of them 9 wins, the only standout win in his resume was when they went to Anfield and won 1-0. When that Mario Lemina scored. That's when you start looking through who they've beat. That's the one standout performance where you go, oh, I can remember that. But other than that, I mean, I can understand it. You look at, in this window, they've brought in Senesi for 13.5 million. Marcus Senesi, Marcus Tavernier, good signing.
From Borough, yeah.
Yeah, but the rest are free. Joe Rothwell, Ryan Fredericks, Neto from Barcelona. It's all free, so I can understand it. But where I've kind of differ with Scotty Parker as well is when you go back to January last year, he was back. Now, again, they only spent like 4 million in January, but it's who they brought in. They brought in, like, who was it? Todd Cantwell, who was in the Premier League with Norwich. They brought him in. They managed to get Kiefer Moore, 3.7 million. Sariki Dembele from Peterborough, undisclosed. Do you know what I mean? Freddie Woodman from Newcastle. Ethan Laird from your boys, Manchester United. James Hill from Fleetwood. So he was kind of back to a point in January to get them over the line to get in the Premier League. But I thought once they got up, they'd back him more. So, to be honest, I can understand. I think Simon was saying he would have sacked him being an owner, but I can also understand Scotty Parker's frustration.
Yeah, I can understand his frustration, but as a manager of a club, you have to understand what your job is, right? And your job is to get the best out of the group of players that you've got. Now, if you've got a problem with the fact that the board aren't backing you, then you've got to speak to the board behind closed doors.
I think he would have done that. Knowing Scotty,
you can't come out.
No, but knowing Scotty would have never just come out and said it openly without having a conversation with them first. Right. That's not really in his nature. Okay. So I don't think he would have done that.
But either way, I like Scotty Parker, right? And I think he's got, 2 promotions with 2 different clubs, at Fulham and Bournemouth. So he knows what he's doing. He's a capable manager, certainly in the Championship. But I just wonder, there must be times when as a manager you have to know what's best for you. And if you've had a conversation privately and you're getting tonked away at Liverpool, you're going to lose to Liverpool anyway. I think he alluded to that after.
Not 9-0.
No, not 9-0. But they haven't had a great start anyway. I mean, Liverpool, City and Arsenal, that's not the easiest start for any team.
I get that, but if they were rock bottom, getting cut adrift, no points, but they have won a game. They beat Villa opening day of the season. So I think...
But no manager is getting sacked after 4 games in the Premier League unless there's a problem. Yeah,
I get that, but if he's gone to the board and said to the board, listen, I know there's not this much money to spend, but we've got to do something because this squad is not good enough to compete in the league. Right, if the board need to make up a decision. Yeah, but do they want to stay in the league or not?
But you don't know if he's had a conversation with them previously.
Yeah, but I'm sure he would have done. He would have had to. He would have said to the owners, listen, this squad is not good enough. If we continue in this manner, I know we've got a result against Villa, but if we continue, we're going to get absolutely battered. I mean, you're talking about how many goals? They're 15-0 in aggregate, the 3 Premier League games.
It's nuts.
He would have said to them, we need reinforcements. And if they say no, I can understand his frustration. You get battered by Liverpool 9-0. Where was he supposed to go after that?
Okay, where do they go after that? So the favourites, Sean Dyche 7-4. You've got Wilder at 13-2. Woodgate at 9s could go back there. Gary O'Neill at 10s. John Terry at 12s. Michael Carrick at 12s. Where do they go next?
If you want a safe pair of hands, you have to go Sean Dyche. That's the way you go. You look at what he did for Burnley, and he is used to working with a really shoe tight budget because they don't spend any money. He somehow got that Burnley squad into Europe not that long ago. So if you want a safe pair of hands and someone that knows what they're doing around the bottom of the league, that haven't got much money to spend, but has got a system that can keep you in the league, you've got to go Sean Dyche.
Do you think even after 4 games, then their main number 1 aim is just survival?
100%.
Even after 4 games?
They can't be thinking any higher than survival. They can't be
17th
thinking...
on goal difference. New manager comes in, that's their aim.
Sacking the manager right now. Whoever comes in the door next, their sole purpose as Bournemouth manager has got to be to stay in the Premier League.
Okay, who do you think should be the next? Who do you think will be the next manager?
Sean Dyche.
You do?
Yeah, I'm not taking a risk. And listen, I like Carrick, but you talk about this I know he had a little bit of charge in Manchester United. Yeah. But if you want a safe pair of hands and someone who knows exactly what they're doing at this juncture of the season, I know it's early, but where they are, Sean Dyche.
Okay.